checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. There we have Raquel and Kairi Sane. And this was where we had the first chant, the first mystery chant, which I think was a truth chant. Actually, I know for sure because later they were chanting, "What's up?" which had to be for truth.
Yeah.
So anyway, they are going back and forth, and Liv jumps up on the apron. They hit Io's music. She comes down. She goes after Liv. Raquel grabs Io by the hair. Kairi boots her head into the post, hits the insane elbow, gets the pin. So that's 2 weeks in a row. Kairi's got a big win. So we'll see if that leads to anything. But crowd was very much into the last couple of minutes of this, so that was good. Then we had Karrion Kross meeting with Sammy, and Sammy goes, "Karrion, what is your obsession with me?" And Karrion says, "I think you're a liar. You're lying to the fans, you're lying to the people at home, and you're lying to yourself. You could have been a world champion 10 times over.
I don't know about that one.
If you did what you're capable of doing. You're not a good guy, you're a bad guy." And Sammy says, "You're wrong." And Karrion says, "I might be wrong, but I might be right too." So they've been teasing this Sammy heel turn for a while now. Jay's backstage and Gunther walks up. And Gunther says, "This world title's personal to me, so I do appreciate all the effort you put into defending it. But the problem is you refuse to think with your head. You think too much with your heart. You're a selfless guy and a selfish of business. Sammy needs your help. You go out there, what happens? You get your ass kicked. Same thing's going to happen tonight. They're going to need your help. You're going to run out there. You're going to get your ass kicked. And you've got a tag match this weekend. You have no business being the world champion. I knew ever since I lost to you at Mania, I was going to avenge it. Now you're making it easy for me. And in 1 week, the party is over." So Jay grabs him and he says, "I got one word for you. Tap. And I'll see you next week." So they are strongly teasing that he's just running himself ragged.
Yeah, that's the storyline.
His doom is coming.
That's the storyline. The storyline is that he's the heavy underdog in this match with Gunther because he's going in with injuries and he's, worrying about other things and all of his friends, and he's too nice.
And in fact, that's exactly what happened in the main event. It was AJ Punk and El Grande Americano, and they're having a match, and it's got good heat and truth chants. This is awesome chants, CM Punk chants. And finally, Punk hits a GTS, and he goes for the cover. Braun and Bronson pull him out of the ring. Jay and Sammy run down to make the save. AJ goes for the forearm. Bronson bonks into him. So AJ hits the springboard high cross on everybody outside, wipes him out. As this is happening, it was really weird. It was really weird. He hits his high cross to the outside, and way out in the distance, El Grande Americana, he's putting the thing into his mask. And as he puts into his mask, Cole starts to say, "El Grande," and then he stops himself. I shouldn't say anything about this. We're going to acknowledge it later. And so El Grande then headbutts AJ out of midair, and they never mention the loaded headbutt. It was so weird. It was like he was supposed to mention it after the match, but then he didn't. And he didn't mention it when it was just weird. So anyway, he hit the El Grande Americano wins. And then him and Rollins hits the ring afterwards, goes after Punk. El Grande just disappears. And they're having this brawl. Punk goes for the GTS, but Braun spears him out of his boots. And it was a bad landing. Punk whacked his head on the mat. And then Sammy hits the ring. He gets killed. Seth gives him the stomp. Stomps Punk for good measure. Jay then hits the ring. He gets overwhelmed. He gets speared by Braun. He gets stomped by Seth. And then Bronson gives him 2 straight tsunamis. So they kill that guy dead. And it was one of those shows, they do this every now and then. They got a top heel group. And at the end of the show every week, heavy heat angle. And that's definitely what we got.
Well, when you have a new heel group, you have to do that early on. You have to give them that heat and that credibility at first. The thing is how long do you go? That's always the question. Do you go so long to where people just kind of burn out on it, or you peak it? And it's hard because it's just so easy to do it and to keep doing it because it's simple and it works up to a point. So, but we're early on, so I think we'll be seeing a whole lot of this for the next couple months at least.
If you love this show, you should consider signing up at WrestlingObserver.com. WrestlingObserver.com has every show that we have ever done, over 15,000 podcasts in the archives. dating back to 2005. Searchable by show, searchable by year. Perhaps the first show you ever watched was 2008 WrestleMania? Well, you can head into the archives and you can find the podcast we did, all built around the 2008 WrestleMania. Every major show, whether it be WWE, AEW, we covered it all. 15,000 archived shows at WrestlingObserver.com. Also, when you subscribe, you get full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. There's a new Observer every Friday. And on top of that, we have thousands and thousands of archived issues of the Observer dating back to 1991. So again, WrestleMania 2008. Go to the archives, search WrestleMania 2008, read all of the issues surrounding that show. Of course, Wrestling Observer newsletter, 40,000 words of news and information on pro wrestling and mixed martial arts every single week. New issue comes out every Friday. New back issue comes out every Monday. You also get the discussion board. One of the best discussion boards on the internet. It's members only. If you're going to troll, well, you got to pay to troll, and there aren't too many of those. And if you cause too much trouble, you're out of there. So if you want a great place to discuss professional wrestling, it is the board. Also available as a subscriber at WrestlingObserver.com. The whole package, all of the new shows, all of the archived shows, all of the new issues of the Observer, all of the archived editions of the newsletter, all of the past episodes of Wrestling Observer Radio, Wrestling Observer Live, The Brian and Vinny Show, Figure Four Daily, Filthy Four Daily, The Board, all of it, just $14.99 per month. The full shebang, and you can save a lot of money getting an annual subscription. A full year, you basically get 2 months free. So check it out, WrestlingObserver.com, everything you'll ever need as a fan of professional wrestling. Check it out today, F4WOnline.com.